System 1, 2. Can you all hear me? System 1, 2. Can you all? There we go. Okay, we are live. Thank you so much, Danny, for coming in. I appreciate you taking our time for me this evening. Thank you so much. I'm going to just give everyone a couple of minutes to come in. I know a lot of people are busy, but I do appreciate you taking our time to stop by this evening. So I'm going to give everyone a couple of more minutes and then we get started so I don't take up your evening. Thank you so much, Jessica. It's really good to see you as well after so long. Thank you so much for coming in this evening. Thank you. Thank you, Lamika. I really appreciate your presence. I'm honored. Thank you so much. It's a minute after 7 right now, so just for sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about tonight's subject around maybe 7:04, 7:05. So if you need to step away for a second, if you have anything going on, you got about maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes before I get started. I hope everyone has been doing okay, and I hope everyone also has a really good Thanksgiving as well. That's coming up in a few days, and then we have Christmas right behind that. So I really wish everyone a beautiful, joyous holiday season. Mhm. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Even though I may not be smiling, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for having you guys here to support me this evening. Thank you so much, twin. Hey, Cookie. There's my twin there. Very good to see you. Always a blessing, Autumn. You've been holding my hand throughout this whole process, Autumn. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, you all have been. If I were to start naming off names, we wouldn't even get the show started. But I really do appreciate you all. Tamika, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Hazel. Thank you. Thank you. You guys gonna have me tearing up and I haven't even started talking yet, man. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you all. Oh my goodness. I'm keeping my dog this weekend. He's been come here, Toby. Come on. I know you want to be on camera. Come on. I see you creeping over here. No, don't disconnect the cord. Come on, man. Come on. All right. Daddy got you. Ah, there you go. Daddy got you. Go and hang out. All right, so it's 7:05 now, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I want to thank you all for coming in this evening, and I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate your support as well. What I have to say won't take long at all, but it will be from my heart. You know, I would like to ask you, and this is not requiring a response in the chat room. I just want you to have a moment with yourself and have you ever been in love? Have you ever in your life been in love? And when I say been in love, I'm not speaking about an infatuation, anything like that. I mean, like, have you ever really truly been in love where you wake up and that person is on your mind? You're going throughout your day, that woman is on your mind, or man in some cases is on your mind. You um, get off of work on your way home, that person is on your mind. You get ready to go to bed and you speak to them before you go to bed, they're on your mind. If you've ever really been in real love, my next question is, have you ever been loved unconditionally? I mean, truly, unconditionally. And that is where we're going to begin tonight's subject on love. Around 2007, I arrived back here in the United States after returning home from Durham, England, where I received my master's degree. And once I came back to America, my first job being back stateside in 2007, I had a chance to work at a very good mental health firm here in Houston, Texas. It was around that time, around November, December 2007, that one day I saw this really pretty woman. And since tonight's conversation is is truthful and honest, I'll say, you know, not only was she pretty, but she had a really big booty, and that caught my attention. You can't trust a big button smile, right? Isn't that the Bill DeVoe song? But anyway, maybe a little bit too far back for some of y'all. And when I inquired about who this person was, they told me her name was Aquarius. But they said after letting me know her name, they said, well, I believe she's married right now, or she's coming out of a marriage, something like that. I don't know exactly. I don't remember exactly. But whatever it was, I was one of those types of dudes, hey, if you're married, hey, hands off, that's where it ends. So after about 6 months, I didn't see Aquarius again for a very long time. And between 2007, 2008, fast forward to the year was 2021. I believe we were just coming out of COVID around that time. And I was a part of a podcast called The Daily Smoke. Those episodes are still up on YouTube if you care to see them. And we were looking for people to come on our show. Now, this is 2021. We were looking for people to come on out to our show, and the subject that we were looking for, we were just trying to find guests to come on. Well, I'm on Facebook and I see this picture of this beautiful lady, Aquarius Cross. But it had been so long since I uh I saw her. I had to make sure it was the same person, you know. She still was beautiful too, with that beautiful smile. And I sent her a message and a friend invite. And I just simply asked her, is this the same Aquarius Cross from the name of the mental health organization back in 2007, 2008? And she replied back, yes. So, you know, I invited her one day. I said, "Hey, look, we're looking for guests to come on to the Daily Smoke. Why don't you come on down and you can be on the episode that we're going to be going live for?" And she agreed, but because of excuse me, scheduling conflicts or something came up, she wasn't able to attend the show. But um, we remained in contact with each other for approximately 3 months, 4 months. And then finally, we started speaking on the phone. I asked her for a phone number, and we started speaking for a while. And one day, I was cooking some jerk chicken wings. It's like a Jamaican dish, and I asked her if she would mind if I brought some over to her because I'm just trying to like, man, I haven't seen her in a while. I'm gonna try to impress her, trying to find my angle in, and that was my angle. Um, and she agreed to allow me to bring her some Jamaican jerk wings. And I remember when I went to her house, I was in the driveway because I couldn't park. I had to go somewhere else, but I wanted to take out that time to bring her some food. She came outside. It was really good to see her. She was as beautiful as the first day I saw her. And I actually got out the truck, went around, gave her a hug, and then reached in the truck and, the car and gave her the food or what have you. And I said, hey, hit me up later and tell me how you like it. So from that point, we started spending a whole lot more time together. And, you know, I have to be honest, knowing Aquarius is one of the greatest blessings that I have in my entire life. Because she really liked me, and she liked coming around and hanging out with me. She met my mother, she played with my dog, Toby, all that kind of stuff, and, things were just hitting off really good for us. And for about the first for about the first year out of 3 years, uh, we really spent as much time as we could together. You have work commitments, et cetera, et cetera. And then, interesting enough, we started spending so much time together. We really began to know each other on a very intimate basis, meaning we really are spending time together and getting to know one another deeply. And I have to be honest, one night I was driving home and she was with me, and I parked the car in the driveway and I looked over to her and I said, we've been seeing each other now for about a year. And I have to tell you something, like, I've had my heart broken more than my fair share. And of course, I have broken hearts. No one's hands are clean. But I told her, I'm really considering giving you my heart, as if I had a say so in the matter, right? But you still have to hold your ground. But I was sincere. And I said, "I just need to know, are you really serious about me like that?" And she told me yes. And from that point on, we went through the normal things that couples go through. They love each other, they fight with each other, those kinds of things. It's just all the normal things that happen in any relationship. But then things started changing. She started getting sick, physically sick, and she had to be rushed to the hospital one time and by ambulance. And, she was just having some complications. And I asked her, are you gonna be okay? Is there anything I can do for you? Those kinds of things. When she got out the hospital, of course, we followed up from there. And everything was going back on, as usual. She wasn't getting that sick uh, too frequently around 2023. And we had a lot of chances to do some things, like we went to Thievery Corporation concert together. They're like my favorite band, and she liked the music that I listened to. So we went to the concert, and to this very day, she should compliment me, but she would always comment on how I was dancing all night because the music sounded so good. I mean, I'm in front of this stage with my one of my favorite bands of all time, and I'm with a woman that I really adore. I love her, and we were able to have that experience with each other. And the closer we got, um, you know, I have family members, and I'm sorry to have to put their name out there, but you shouldn't have loved me, so it's your fault. But I have two family members. One is named Hazel, and the other is named Reggie, and they have been together for a very long time, and they were always the model couple in love. And I'm with Aquarius at this time still, and I'm like, man, that's a really beautiful thing that my brother Reggie and his wife Hazel has, because they love each other. It's so evident that if they walk into any room together, that is the first thing that you're going to be aware of. And I've always wanted something like that. And the reason I'm mentioning that to you is because, you know, I was so focused on Aquarius, and Aquarius was so focused on me, that what I didn't know was everyone that had an opportunity to see Aquarius and myself together, they would always say things like, man, Ron got it bad, or, ooh, she really, really loves, Ron. And Aquarius never, at no point in time during our relationship to this very evening, did she ever put demands on me. She never cared about how much money I did make, I didn't make. She never cared about, you know, this old dude here ain't had no kids either, almost 50, ain't never been married. What's wrong with him? I never got that, not once. And because she was so genuinely in love with me, it made me want to be a better man. And when I saw how she loved me unconditionally, what it told me was she loved me. And I never had any reason to ever be insecure around her, with her, about her, because she always made sure that her man Ron was good, was safe, was loved, and I knew I was loved. And the hardest part about this conversation is I was so busy being in love with her that I didn't recognize that what I was looking for that other people had, I was in the midst of it. And I didn't know that I was in the love that I had been looking for. I admired it so much out of people like Reggie and Hazel, mom and dad Avery in Atlanta. They've been together 50 years now, 51 or 2, if I'm not mistaken, and still together. I didn't know that I was there. But what I do know is we had actually made plans to get married. We were going to surprise our well, my mom and dad Avery. And we're going to do a very small destination wedding. And she said to me, well, once we get married, I guess we're going to have to drink orange juice, right? I said, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And as far as I can remember, with the ups and downs, this has been the most beautiful time of my entire life. And, it's something when someone loves you first and you reciprocate it, but you reciprocate it strongly because you really realize they loved you first and you're just now catching up. And unfortunately, she is her health is continually began to decline, and I love her so much that in early October she went into ICU for about 3 weeks. And every day my schedule was I would wake up, leave the hospital where she's at because I'm spending the night with her. She was like in an induced coma. And I went to work, and then when I would get off of work, I would come home, shower, get clothes, go back to the hospital because a really wise man had told me once when his wife was in the hospital, he said, man, I stayed there every day until she woke up because I wanted my face to be the first face that she saw. And I committed to that. And sure enough, when she came out the coma, the induced coma began to wake up from the medications. I was the first face she saw. And I was so honored to be there at the time. She opened up her eyes and saw me. And regardless of any and all medical challenges she's had, lifestyle challenges she's had, I love her above and beyond anything that could have ever, ever posed to come in between us. And she came out the hospital and we started making more plans about us getting married. And now, unfortunately, she's in the hospital again because of a declining health and will more than likely transition over. within the coming days. And that is the part that I just want to precisely speak to you about. Every day that you have someone in your life that you love, I mean, genuinely love, please tell them how much you love them every single day. Spend as much time with them as you can every single day. Because unfortunately, as I am learning this lesson, tomorrow is not promised to you. And when time is up, time is up. And one day they're going to leave you or you are going to leave them. Please do not take anyone for granted that you still have, that you still have in your life. And the reason that I know that I truly love Aquarius and Aquarius was all in on me. The reason I can say that with the utmost confidence is because there was a time in my life where I feared death. And I got saved. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, for being in my life. And I was always okay knowing, well, if I die, I will live in into eternity with the Father. I believe that. And then I almost died around 2013, no, 2012, yeah, because my appendix had ruptured in Atlanta and I was partying real hard at that time. And I thought I was drinking too much and throwing up a lot, but my appendix had ruptured. And I was walking around with a ruptured appendix for 3 days and I was becoming septic until I just finally went to the doctor and, they took care of me. But at that time, I remember going into a very deep sleep and my body was dying. It really was my blood pressure was 80 over 50. And I felt like I crossed over because I even remember it. And when I came back, the doctor saved my life. My mom was the first one there in the hospital waiting on me. At that time I didn't fear death again because now I almost died. But the reason I'm saying that is because when you truly love someone, I do not have a problem with letting my love go now. She's hurting. She's not in the best of health. Her hours on earth are limited now, severely limited. And it is because I love her so much. I am not afraid of death for the third time because I know when it is my time to go, she's going to be waiting for me. She's going to be waiting for me. You know, I was talking with my brother Reggie. What's today? Tuesday. Um, on yesterday morning, and he asked me. He says, "Man, why do you want her back? What you want to tell her?" And I said, "Reggie, I want her to be back for two reasons. One, I want her to be back because I want my woman back, and I would love to be able to tell her while she is in her right mind and aware and conscious. I want to tell her how much I love her and how much I'm really appreciative of her being in my life. Second reason, I really wish she would, I really wish I prayed to God to spare her life because there's a second thing that I really had to tell her. And if she's listening right now, if someone is in the hospital room with her right now and you are with her, I need you to, like, if you're watching this podcast, please put it up to her ear or up to her so she can look at this. Because the second reason I really wanted to tell her was one of the days she was in the hospital, I just took a picture of me holding her hand. And this is the picture. I don't know if you see it that well, but this is the picture of me holding her hand. And I really wish I had an opportunity to tell her how much her hand looks like a dog's paw in that picture. Oh God, she always got my humor. She always got my humor. And it is in that vein, I always want to remember her because she was always smiling. She was always laughing. I never saw her down one time. And I really wish I could have her back. I want to thank you all for allowing me to have this moment of closure. And I pray that if you have not found the love that we've been speaking about for about the last 30 minutes, I really pray that you do one day. And yes, loss is a part of it, but the lesson and the enjoyment is always in the journey. I love all of you and thank each and every one of you for the calls you've made, the texts you've sent, showing up at my house, making sure I'm okay. Thank you all so much. And I am so honored to be loved by each and every one of you because that is the love that we had for each other. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a good night and God bless you.